Leandro Noguera didn't walk into that restaurant by accident. He chose the busiest hour, the loudest room, the table in the center, where everyone could see him. When the waitress approached, not even looking nervous, he smiled. Not a friendly smile. The kind that comes right before someone tries to feel superior. He ordered in German, slowly, loud enough for the people around to hear. His tone carried mockery, not culture. He expected confusion, embarrassment, maybe a stutter, maybe silence. His friends laughed. The joke to them was obvious. She wouldn't understand a word, but the waitress didn't react. She didn't ask him to repeat, didn't look embarrassed, didn't freeze. She simply wrote everything down, calmly. That was the first moment something went wrong, because humiliation only works when the other person breaks. And she didn't. Her silence wasn't what Leandro expected. It wasn't fear. It wasn't confusion. To him, it looked like ignorance, and that made him comfortable. He leaned back in his chair, exchanging amused looks with his partners. In his mind, the scene had gone exactly as planned. The waitress didn't react because she couldn't, so he kept going. More comments in German, sharper, crueler, not even bothering to lower his voice anymore. He talked about the place, about the food, about people who never leave jobs like this. All of it said casually, as if she wasn't even there. And still, she didn't flinch. She kept her posture straight, her face neutral, her hands steady as she served the table. That calm only fed his arrogance. Because when someone stays quiet, people like him assume they've won. He had no idea that silence, in that moment, wasn't submission. It was control. Once Leandro realized nothing he said caused a reaction, he stopped holding back. The jokes in German turned into judgments. The judgments turned into insults. He spoke about people who serve as if they were invisible, as if standing there with a notepad made someone smaller. He laughed louder now, not because the jokes were funnier, but because no one was stopping him. Every sentence was designed to test a limit, to see how far he could go without consequences. And around them, other tables noticed. Conversations slowed, eyes shifted. Everyone could feel the tension growing. But the waitress kept moving, serving plates, refilling glasses, doing her job with the same calm precision. What no one could see was the storm building inside her, because she understood every single word. And she was choosing something far more powerful than an immediate reaction. She was waiting. What Leandro saw was a waitress, an apron, a notepad, a routine smile. What he didn't see was everything behind that silence. She had spent years speaking with people from all over the world, learning languages out of necessity, not luxury, listening carefully, making mistakes, trying again. German wasn't a trick. English wasn't a talent. French, Italian, Spanish, none of it was luck. Each language came from survival, from standing at counters where "I don't understand" wasn't an option. And now, standing in front of him, she understood his words perfectly. Every insult, every joke, every attempt to reduce her. But she also understood something else. Revealing what she knew too early would change nothing. It would be a moment of surprise, and then life would continue exactly the same. So she stayed quiet, not because she was weak, but because she was strategic, and that decision would change everything. 3 days later, the door opened again. This time, Leandro walked in alone. No partners, no audience to impress, just his confidence and his ego. He chose the same table in the center, as if reclaiming territory. Spoke loudly on the phone in English, pacing, gesturing, making sure everyone noticed him. The waitress saw him the moment he entered. Her heart raced, just for a second. Then she straightened her posture and kept working. The dynamic had changed, even if he didn't realize it yet. When she approached the table, he barely looked at her. No greeting, no courtesy, just an order. And then, casually, in German, loud enough to be heard, "This place is still sad, at least it's cheap." He smirked, certain the words would land without consequence. But this time, something inside her shifted, because now there was no crowd, no distraction, no safety net for him, and she knew exactly what she was about to do. When the plate hit the table, he didn't even say thank you. He cut the steak, chewed once, then pushed the plate slightly away. "Overcooked," he said, annoyed. "I asked for well done, not burned." The steak was perfect. She offered to replace it, calm as ever. He waved her off like she was a nuisance. Then he looked up at her, really looked this time, and spoke slowly, as if explaining something to a child. "People like you never leave places like this," he said in German. "You stay stuck forever." That sentence didn't sting because it was cruel. It stung because it echoed a fear she carried quietly. For a moment, she almost walked away. Almost. But then she realized something important. If she stayed silent now, she would be agreeing with him. So she stopped, turned around, and made a choice that would change the rest of her life. She walked back to the table slowly. Not angry, not shaking, just calm. She looked him in the eyes and spoke in perfect German. "The steak is exactly the way you ordered it. Well done." The fork froze in his hand. For a second, his brain refused to process what he had just heard. "What?" he asked, switching to Portuguese, confused. She repeated it, still in German. Clear, controlled, flawless. The room seemed to quiet down around them. Leandro leaned back in his chair, staring at her now, really seeing her for the first time. You speak German?" "Yes." "Since when?" "Since I learned it." And in that moment, his certainty cracked. No one spoke. Forks stopped mid-air. Glasses hovered inches from lips. Even the background noise of the restaurant seemed to fade. Leandro looked around slowly, realizing something he hadn't considered before. They weren't watching her anymore. They were watching him. The confident posture disappeared. The smirk faded. For the first time, he felt exposed. "So," he said, trying to recover, "you understood everything?" "Yes," she replied calmly. "All of it." The silence now was uncomfortable. Not for her, but for him. Because arrogance only works when no one challenges it. And now, the challenge was standing right in front of him. Leandro leaned forward slowly. The tone was different now. No mockery, no laughter. "How many languages do you speak?" he asked. She didn't rush to answer. "7, she said. The word landed heavier than any insult he had thrown before. 7. Portuguese, English, German, French, Italian, Spanish, Japanese. A nearby table went quiet again. Leandro blinked, as if waiting for the punchline that never came. "You're lying," he said. She met his eyes. "I'm not." For the first time, he wasn't in control of the room. "Prove it," Leandro said, pulling out his phone. He typed quickly and turned the screen toward her. French. She read it aloud. Perfectly. Italian. Flawless again. He switched languages faster now, almost desperate. Japanese. She paused for half a second, then answered. Each response tightened his jaw. This wasn't luck. This wasn't memorization. This was skill. Finally, he lowered the phone and looked at her differently. Not as a waitress, not as entertainment, but as a problem he hadn't anticipated. And problems like that made him uncomfortable. He paid the bill in cash. This time, he left a generous tip. Before leaving, he paused beside her. "You're wasted here," he said quietly. "Someone with your skills shouldn't be serving tables." It wasn't kindness. It was recognition. 2 days later, the phone rang. A proposal. A test. A salary she had never imagined. For the first time in months, she felt something dangerous. Hope. The office was nothing like the restaurant. Glass walls. Quiet hallways. People who spoke fast and expected even faster answers. Her first test came sooner than expected. A meeting with international clients, technical language, business terms she had never used before. 5 minutes in, she felt it. She understood the language, but not everything behind it. Her heart raced. This time, silence wouldn't protect her, and pretending would destroy everything she had just earned. So when they asked if she was following the conversation, she did the one thing she had never done before in her life. She told the truth. "I understand most of it," she said carefully, "but some technical terms are new to me." The room went quiet. Her employer tensed. This was the moment people usually failed. But instead of irritation, something unexpected happened. The clients slowed down. They explained. They respected her honesty. Because confidence built on truth lasts longer than confidence built on pretending. By the end of the meeting, she wasn't just translating words. She was earning trust. After the clients left, the room stayed quiet. He looked at his notes, at her calm posture, at the details she remembered that no one else did. "Most people fake confidence," he said. "You didn't." She explained the meeting from start to finish. Deadlines, risks, numbers, concerns. No hesitation, no exaggeration. When she finished, he nodded once. "You're hired." Not out of pity, not as a favor, but because she had earned it. And for the first time, her skills were no longer invisible. Months later, her life looked nothing like before. The bills were paid. The fear was gone. The silence was no longer forced. She led meetings now, spoke freely, was heard. And the man who once tried to humiliate her never underestimated her again. Because the truth is simple. Never judge someone by where they are standing today. That place might not be their limit, just a phase. And phases end the moment someone decides they will. The end.